What's up guys, name is Ray and welcome to another Genshin Impact video. Today we are doing the in-depth guide and showcase for Jean. So Jean is a very underrated 5-star character. If I have to tell, she is in my eyes the worst 5-star character, or the least favorable 5-star character. Reason being is that she is very good in like a damage dealer, a supportive damage, and as a supporter in general, she is a very good unit overall, but she is like not on the 5-star level, or she doesn't shine out different units. So there is always like units that are better at her, and yeah, she does a lot of things at the same time. You have to focus on her. She's a very versatile unit, a very flexible unit that you can use. But in general, like, I think at the beginning she's very strong. Let's say from level AR1 till AR40, I did think that she does a great job whatever you want to use her. But starting from AR40, I feel like that she is a bit weaker than other characters that I like to use. And in general, I would still say she's a very good unit. But these are like problems that I like to overcome, which I want to show later. So first of all, let's go in builds for Jean. Okay, now let's talk about artifacts. So the current set that are running is a set that will be replaced. So what I want to run is a full maiden set, but currently I'm running a maiden instructor set. Now let's take a look at the pieces that I currently use, and then I want to go over artifact builds that I would use or that you can use depending on what you want Jean to do. Yeah, that's like the most important thing, what you want your character to do. Now I use a Berserker Rose with, I would say, very bad subsets. Actually, they are not too good, but it was a rose that I did upgrade at the beginning, and it is the 5th piece that I like to use. Next thing is the maiden, the first maiden piece, the feather. It has some energy recharge, crit rate, and attack percentage. The percentage numbers are pretty low, and that's the fact, or that's the set that I actually want to use. So I'm currently still farming different sets of artifacts. So soon I want to farm the maiden set for any healer. It is very flexible. You can use this for Barbara, Jean, for any kind of healer in your team. Now, the first effect is the more important one. Healing effectiveness is increased by 15%. Jean can heal your teammates with her auto attacks, and using an elemental skill or burst increases healing received by all party members by 20% for 10 seconds. So it will even boost her ultimate. So this is a very good piece, but in general, or to be honest, I think you don't really need a full maiden set on Jean. So using a maiden set is very good, but I really want to try out the 4-piece maiden set. And if it doesn't work out like I want to, I would go back and swap like to a split 2-piece set. Now the next thing is the instructor one. So I just chose the instructor set because I don't have any other set. It gives elemental mastery, which is decent for Jean, but not the optimal thing. So I would give her either just flat attack, physical damage, or like healing increases that you want to, if you want to use her as a supporter. Another opportunity that I can see is giving her energy recharge if you want to utilize her abilities as a full supporter. Next piece is of course another instructor, the instructor teacup. So I just do them all with attack percentage to maximize her auto attack damage and her E and ability damage. And the last thing is the maiden, also with attack percentage, ending up with a split set. So what you can do, or I think what a very favorable set would be that is very easy achievable, would be a Gladiator's maiden set if you want to use her as a supportive healing DPS. So this is actually a set that gives her everything. It gives her a bit of damage, a bit of healing, and then you can use her as a easy secondary DPS without having any problems. Yeah, the problem on that is that you don't really focusing on one thing, but I think overall it is a very good set. It is very versatile because Jean in general, you can use her as a damage dealer or you can use her as a healer. The other thing is to go in one direction, to go for a full gladiator set, applying the attack percentage buff, and if the wielder of this artifact set uses a sword, which Jean does, to increase their normal attack damage by 35%. So that means another 35% in addition to the 80%. So she will deal a lot of more damage, still having the ability to heal and do quite some good damage. If you like in your early state of the game, you can do a Gladiators Berserker set. So let's say level A or level 1 to level 40. I think this is also a very solid thing you can do. Energy recharge is the Exile set, which you can give her if you want to use her as a full support. In that case, you won't fight with her too much, so all you would do is maybe to use E to crowd control the enemies, and then you use the ultimate. So nothing really special. Yeah, so but sets that after all these sets, what I really would recommend is go a full gladiator set, or go a maiden set, or go a split set, which I think I will do, but I will test the maiden set next. For weapons, I use using the prototype ranker because it was a weapon that I crafted really early in the game, which I already have at a refinement rank of 2. So it is very strong if you want to use her as the main DPS character, which I did from level 1 to level 40 when I didn't have Klee. Jean was indeed my main DPS. I also did not invest too much into Beto, so I did really highly invest into Jean to see her potential as a main damage dealer, and she did very, very good dealing physical damage. So if you want to go that route and build her as your main damage dealer, go for a full gladiator set. You can build the prototype ranker like I do, but then focus on physical damage. So another set that I can recommend if you want to go like that route is another formable set which you can get. It is the Bloodstained Chevalier set, which does give another 25% physical damage, and the full set after defeating an opponent increases charge attack damage by 50%. So yeah, I wouldn't do for the full 4-piece set, but I would go like a 2-piece of the Bloodstains and 2-piece Gladiator if you want to go more offensive build, which is not too much oriented on the Gladiator set if you don't, if you're not able to achieve it to its full potential. Yeah. Now for other, so there are definitely better weapons than the prototype ranker because this is the craftable weapon and I was playing her. I did invest a lot in this weapon. So let's go over some other weapons that you can build on her. Alright guys, now a weapon that is very okay-ish in my eyes is the Akia Favonia. I would say this weapon is quite good for her. It does give physical damage bonus and it does a flat increasing, or it has a very good 20% attack increasement. Another weapon that I do really like is the what was the name? The weapon from the from the battle pass. It is the Black Sword. I do really like it. It gives crit rate and it does increase the normal dealt damage. So in general, for Jean, a lot of weapons do work. As I said, depending on what you want to give her. So if you want to build her more as a support, you can look more for weapons that give energy recharge and you can make them usable. But still, the effect of the weapons are a very important thing. So Jean can use a lot of weapons, so it doesn't make sense to go over all that weapons. But yeah, weapons that I would recommend if you go, or that are very achievable if you want to go her to the offensive route, is the Black Sword, the prototype ranker that I used. And another one was if you have like the flute is a very good weapon that I do really like. Normal or charge attack grant harmonic on hits, gaining 5 harmonic triggers the power of music and deals 100% attack damage to surrounding enemies. Harmonics last up to 30 seconds and a maximum of 1 can be gained every 0.5 seconds. So it gives attack percentage, which I do really like on that weapon. I think this weapon is also alright. The Alley Flash. Continuously sprinting for at least 1 second increases the attack by 28%. So if you just sprint for 1 second, you can deal additional 28%, so it's not like the best option, but I do think it's alright. This weapon is good if you want to go like the supportive split damage route. And yeah, Royal Longsword, also a weapon that is alright. Upon damaging an enemy, increases crit rate by 8%, a maximum of 5 stacks. A crit hit removes all stacks. So yeah, I would say this weapon is just alright, because you do remove all the crit rate, but it does give attack percentage, which is a very solid weapon for Jean. So let's go over some team compositions with Jean. So this is my main team that I currently use. Klee is my main damage dealer, Beidou is my secondary support, Jean is my healer, my third or supportive damage dealer, and Sucrose is my utility supporter. So I have the double wind effect, which decreases the stamina that you use, and it really fills up the ultimate of those two really fast, so you can heal Klee and combine it and spread the fire effect. If I'm not able to or if the fire effect doesn't or is not in my favor, sorry for that, if you fight like against a fire plume, I use Beidou to have like a secondary element dealing DPS damage. Next, I want to go over some more free-to-play friendly builds. If you like pull Jean and you don't have a character like Klee, you don't have Beidou. So another team that I like to use, or this was a team that I did use from level 1 to level 40 at the time where I didn't have Klee. Jean was my main DPS dealer, Beidou was still my secondary DPS, Barbara was a second healer, which I never really needed because Jean does heal for the right amount, but Barbara's heal is definitely a bit more consistent, a bit better, so you won't die with this team composition if you focus more on building a damaged Jean. It is alright to build a second healer. Amber was mainly there for exploration, so you can replace her with any other character that you like to. I just had her in the team because she was a bow user and I needed her fire element. Now, the next team that I think is very good, I didn't really test it out yet, but I do know for sure that this team will work because these three characters have a lot of utility. So Jean as the main damage dealer, Changling as the secondary damage dealer as a free-to-play character, Official as the utility support, and Chongyun you can build like you want. You can build him as the third DPS dealer or as a utility support. So in my case, I did build him as a utility support, giving him a lot of energy recharge. The last team, which is another build with Jean and Sucrose, is also very nice. Again, the double Anemo, so it is very good to play two characters of the same element if you want to increase like the income of getting element particles back and applying an additional effect to your team. Now, in this case, Sucrose is a utility supporter which can deal a lot of burst damage, Jean as the main damage dealer again, Jangling as the secondary DPS or utility supporter. So these two characters are very versatile in that, same with Fisher. So this team composition only consists a lot of characters that are very versatile, because each of these characters you can build as a main damage dealer and each of these characters you can build as a supportive damage dealer. So giving you a lot of options, bringing Jean in the team. So now let's go in some actual gameplay. So last thing that I want to show off is that my Jean has 0 constellation and all her talents all level up to level 6, and of course the last talent is free. Okay, let's fight the Cryo Regisvine. I just want to show you the auto attack damage that Jean can do using the Maiden Instructor set, which doesn't really fit in some of the auto attacks. So now let's swap to Beidou to have a little comparison for that. Okay, or maybe let's break the shield first. I think that's the best thing that we should do, and after that I can show you everything again. So now let's see. So we're still doing like 1.3k with our normal attacks. Our E still does 3k, our ultimate does nearly 5k against the Cryo, so we got 6k with the E again. So you can see that her damage is really alright. Now let's swap like maybe to Klee, who is effective against that boss, just to show some damage comparison for any other character now. Okay, so now Klee does deal with normal auto attacks, 2.5, 1.6. Let's build her ultimate, use some abilities in a combo, and she does 5k. 5k is less than 6k, so I just want to show you that the elemental skill from Jean, this one, does a lot of damage. So yeah, this was like a boss fight. Jean is like not too strong against boss fight besides healing and doing different stuff. So I want to show you how I do utilize her in the map. Okay guys, I was looking for a small group of enemies just to show you like the E ability, what it does do. So what you can do is, and what is really good is, it is like a small vanity ult where you can group the enemies. You can hold them as long as you want and fight against them over the wall. With your charged auto attack, you can knock up the enemies and hold them also for a place, as you can see here. Another opportunity, which you only can do if you have like Klee, so I want to go over that bomb, is you can collect these bombs and hit them against the enemy. Okay, it was like not too good to see, so I may show that again. So yeah, you can see that okay, in this case I want to choose that ley line and activate, because you can get some more enemies to show Jean in combat, like if she fights solo. So we don't want to swap out characters. I just want to show you her raw damage having the instructor's maiden set, which is not a offensive set. Actually, we do not trigger additional reactions. So only thing that I had was very good. Only thing that I had was the prototype ranker at level 70 at a refinement rank of 2, so we're dealing a lot of physical damage here. Try to beat these enemies alone so you can see her normal damage without triggering any additional swaps, elemental reactions. Of course, this is not what you usually want to do. Use the ultimate, doing another 3.5k. So yeah, she's very good at still soloing character. So yeah, as you can see, I didn't want to say that she's a bad character at all, but yeah, comparing like her damage to Beidou, which I don't want to do now, which we can do in the next ley line. I think she's like not the perfect option. So I feel like she's missing a bit of potential. Okay, and against this ley line, I want to compare the damage with Beidou, who is a two-handed sword user. We can also do the damage comparison with Klee. So look at these. These are the normal auto attacks. Now swap to Beidou and fight against this guy. Beidou has a Berserker Gladiator set in, if you guys want to know, and also she has the Wolf's Gravestone. So yeah, that's like the raw auto attack damage, but Beidou is like not my Beidou is not constipated to do auto attack damage. I built her for the Tide Caller, and her talent is only level 2. My Jean's talents are at level 6. Now let's swap to Klee. Attack. Klee's auto attack is also level 6, so I think this is more comparable. Now attack with Klee 2.3, 2.3. So or let's say it is nearly 2.4, 1.3, 2.3, 1.3, and 2.4. Now let's go back to Jean. Jean doing 800, 1000, 1500 on the 4th attack because it does additional damage. So yeah, let's say she deals like around 1k, which is half of the damage of Klee. And Beidou also dealing the same damage with the talent only at level 2. Having like a artifact set that is very similar in terms of maximizing. Now let's compare the ability. So this was 3k. Now let's go for the tight collar. 16,000. The tight collar is the only ability level 6 from my Beetle at the moment. The last thing I want to show Jean over is in a dungeon or in a shrine. So let's go for the Forsaken Rift. Today is Tuesday, so the Forsaken Rift is under the Spring Wheel. Today we can farm the ballads. I won't loot this, I just want to show like the gameplay. We want to do level 71, which is the Realm of Slumber number 3. So for this you need... and we're using our main team. So for this you will need world rank 5. Okay, let's try to put Jean in the main spot here and see how she's doing as the main damage dealer. As soon as we're going in the second half, I will swap her as a more supportive character. So let's put in Klee's bombs. I'm not doing more because Klee is doing quite a lot of damage. Okay, now we're in the second half, and now we want to use Jean as supporter, swapping to Beetle as our main damage dealer. Okay, yeah, Klee is stealing the show because she's doing way too much damage. Okay, let's chill a bit. Break the shield and attack him slowly. Then usually I swap her in, and if my Beetle is low life, I use ultimate, swap back to my main damage dealer, having the field on, healing him fully back and clear the enemy. So yeah. Okay guys, that's already it for the showcase today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I could help you out with some different offensive supportive builds for Jean. She's a very versatile character, a bit complicated to build but very easy to use if you have her on the right role. Yeah. If you guys did enjoy today's video, subscribe to my channel for more Genshin Impact content, and I see you guys next time. If you guys want to see more Genshin Impact content, videos should pop up on the screen right now. Make sure to check them out, and I thank you for your support.